Steve Bowers and
Jordan Dyer.
And we welcome you to 6 in the City. A couple of things before we turn this over to Jordan, and that is utility bills are high if you're getting yours. We've had overall a milder winter than some, but we've had some extremely cold days. And so if your thermostat's set on 68 and it's 50 outside, that's one thing. If it's 10 outside, that takes a whole nother level of ginning to make that happen.
That's right.
Plus, we're entering this week up here, we're expecting some high winds. And so when there's winds, there are always challenges to trees and power lines, all the other good stuff. So we'll try to keep you posted on outages. If there are any, we hope there are not. We'll work it together. Now, what about this show?
Yes, so this show, we are excited. We have Melinda Reed with Lifeline Blood Services. Mike Vaughn from JEA, he's going to talk about some scam tips.
Are out there.
Yeah, Jennifer Cunningham with the Star Center, talk about assistive technology. Dr. Frank McMean and Marta Wallace with the Community Foundation of West Tennessee. Larry Newsom with the West Tennessee Veterans Coalition, and Dr. Carol Rothstein with Jackson State Community College.
Right, she is the president. And Marta Wallace is our Woman of the Year.
That's
so
right.
We got a lot of things happening out here, and we're going to get into all of that. Plus, Scott Myatt is going to be with us as we go. Well, it's going to be pre-recorded.
Entertainment.
Yeah, the entertainment from the main stage. Retro style.
Yeah,
that's
it was
all
so
coming,
good, we're going to do it again.
We're going to do it again. That's all coming up on this 6 in the City.
Hi, I'm here to ask the people of Jackson to be a part of a groundbreaking program, 4 Minute City.
Every minute you don't get help after a sudden cardiac arrest, your chance of survival decreases by 10%.
That's why Friends of Heart and the Jackson Fire Department have created a care team.
A group of everyday citizens trained, equipped, and ready to save lives in our community.
Please call this number or visit our website.
Together, we can save lives.
Every 3 years, the American Public Power Association recognizes public power companies that demonstrate proficiency in reliability, workforce development, safety, and system improvements. The recognition, RP3. The highest level RP3 is the Diamond RP3. In 2023, JEA's Electric Division received the Diamond RP3 award for the 8th consecutive time. This never happened before, but it's JEA today. Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to EPlus broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. EPlus broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
Melinda Reed is with us, Lifeline Blood Services. Some other things to talk about, but first of all, there's been a critical blood shortage. Going to get an update on that. And the weather disrupted a lot of things, and that included blood drives.
That's
right.
And
once you get behind, you're behind. And so here we go. So how are we doing right now?
We are getting out of the weeds. It's
Okay,
such a
good.
relief. We've had some mobile blood drives that have done really well, and we're so thankful for that. And we just started a new spring promotion, which is our ZT Elite Bad Boy Mower giveaway. And that's really been pulling people in to not only our Jackson Center, but our Dyersburg Center and our blood mobiles for people to get on in there and donate.
Those incentive promotions work then?
They really do.
Okay.
It helps you keep it kind of top of mind.
Right, okay.
And, you know, it's easy to put blood donations down lower on your priority list. And once you realize, oh, I could win something really great and save lives, well, that's a win-win. So
well, the last time we talked to you, we were doing okay, and then suddenly the weather just got in the way, shut everything down for a few days. I really hadn't thought about that, you know. So at one time you were needing like anything on the shelf. Is it down to a more narrow base now, or?
Right now, of course, we still welcome all blood types because every type saves lives, but our story will never change. It's always typo negative, typo positive, because that's most ordered by our local hospitals. Okay. But we are pretty much out of the weeds for the critical appeal, but I don't want that to hinder anybody's sense of urgency to get on in there and donate because we love our donors and we really have the best.
So with the Bad Boy Mower, how does someone get entered for this drawing?
You know what? It's really easy. It's just as easy as coming on in to donate, and that's donating blood, which takes 30 to 45 minutes from start to finish, donating platelets, which is appointment-driven, as well as donating plasma, which is appointment-driven, and that's a little bit more of a time investment. That takes about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. That's really great for our donors who work from home or have a hybrid work schedule or that work part-time or maybe retirees. We just really appreciate those platelet and plasma donors too. But every donation enters you into the drawing one time.
Okay, and so did they have to do both to be entered, or they can do?
They can just do one.
Okay.
Absolutely, just one.
And where do they go?
They can go to Lifeline in North Jackson. We're at 183 Sterling Farms. If you're traveling for work or happen to live closer to the Dyersburg Center, we're at 1130 Highway 51 Bypass in that shopping center. Suite 19 and 20 is where you can find us in that shopping center. We have our operating hours on our website, lifelinebloodserve.org, as well as all of our mobile blood drives. So you can donate in any of those mobile blood drives too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back through this. So a fundamental blood donor, which is what we used to do, just that was it, right? All right, so that shelf life is how long?
That is actually 42 days.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's our base.
That's why I
Project.
probably sound like a broken record sometimes, but it's just like we have to replenish the blood supply because it does have a shorter shelf life. Now, platelets has a 7-day shelf life. We have to really baby our platelets. They are high maintenance, but they make a big impact on our local cancer patients.
this
They're
cancer
very
treatment,
impactful,
okay.
as well as plasma donations. They can actually be frozen and last for up to a year.
Plasma?
Plasma can, yes.
So when the donor, do you encourage specific things depending on need, or do people just on their own say, well, I want to be a platelet donor or a plasma donor? Or?
Absolutely. We welcome that one-on-one interaction to schedule an appointment and to have special testing. Females have to have an HLA test in order to be approved to move forward to be a platelet donor. And certain blood types are a better fit for plasma and platelet. I'm A positive, and that's a really great fit to be a platelet donor. So, but if you're an O positive or O positive whole blood donor, which is what a lot of people are, they're whole blood donors, then we may want to encourage you just to stay whole blood because that's most ordered by our local.
Demand.
Yes, it's always in demand.
So platelet and cancer treatment, plasma is used how?
Yeah, that's really important for burn victims, shock patients, trauma. So it is very impactful as well.
How many years for Lifeline now?
Oh, goodness, 77 years. So we
77
saw some
years.
great throwback pictures on social media the other day of the first Bloodmobile getting paid off with our first, not our first, but the CEO that we had the longest, Joe Schifano, was in those pictures. And so I was really excited to see Frank McMean's pictures with Joe Schifano and that
That's
Bloodmobile.
a dangerous pair right there.
Yeah, good throwback from, I don't know, early 90s
that's good.
maybe.
Okay, great.
So,
All right.
and we also have a blood drive coming up March 13th. It's our Irish blood drive. We'd like to invite everybody out
Okay, out
to
for that.
Luck of the Irish Blood Drive, 9 to 6.
That's right. St.
And
Patrick's
a
Day.
voucher for Coyote Blues for a lunch special for all of our donors that day. Every donor will get a free meal coupon to redeem at Coyote Blues.
Oh, wow.
So we're so thankful for that
13th of March.
partnership.
Well, we're in March. It's good to see
We're
you.
in March already.
We're talking about internet scams and all this other stuff coming in. We got an expert and all that. Mike Bond's with us. Coming next on this Six in the City.
My name's Graham and I'm 6.
Graham is a very active little boy. When he was 2 months old, he got diagnosed with a temporary platelet disorder, and we just really had kind of a miracle story of him rebuilding his platelets. Receiving a blood donation, it saved his life and gave him time for his body to sort out and heal.
Please help kids like me give today.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
A water system includes everything from wells to water storage to water lines to treatment, with constant lab testing to ensure water safety. Every 2 years, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation performs an unannounced on-site audit and evaluation of every facet of a water system. Perfect score, $5.99. In 2024, JEA, for the 4th consecutive inspection, received a $5.99. 8 years of perfect water system scores. That's JEA today.
Mike Bond is with us. He is a Senior Vice President at the Jackson Energy Authority. His work is in the field of technology. He's our Chief Technology Officer at JEA. Security is a key issue for a utility company, for everybody. We contain a lot of data at this, and of course, anytime we hear about terrorist activity, whatever, utility companies are something that could be targeted in those cases. So there's a lot of security things involved. And Mike doesn't have any gray hair; he got rid of it. And but I mean, you guys have got to think every day about not only what's out there, but what could somebody be devising out there.
That's right. That's right, Steve.
I don't know how you guys sleep. It's like this changing world out there.
Well, we have really good people to keep us in check. Is how we do that.
Yeah. So we're talking about Slam the Scam today, about IT fraud prevention tips. So this is a national campaign is what we got going on here?
Yes, it's a national campaign, and it's really to get awareness about scams that are out there. And there's really a handful of ways that we can be aware of scams. And so I thought I would just share a few of those. Right. We have some time today. Share a few of those ways in which the scammers try to fool us. One of those is they try to pressure you into making a decision. And that's one of the key things, whether that be in cybersecurity or scams or all the above. The one thing that you always see is they're going to try to pressure you. They're going to try to make you make a rash, quick decision no matter what it is. And so pressure is one of them. They're going to try to pretend to be somebody maybe that you know. Perhaps it's an organization. I know that people have even pretended to be JEA and call on our behalf to try to make a, get a customer to make a payment and fraudulently. So there's that aspect. And then obviously they're trying to get you to pay, and the one thing to be aware of in a scam in a payment situation is typically they're going to try to get you to use a gift card or cryptocurrency or something really odd that should trigger you to think this seems really off. So those are some ways that they will try to trick you from a scam perspective.
They've gotten very creative with how they are approaching things these days. I've noticed they even will act as employers and go through an entire interview process with people, and at the end they're asking for their bank information and things like that. What are some red flags that people can watch out for?
Yeah, so one of the things is you need to be careful with what you put on social media, how much information is public. So they'll go out there and basically do a social profile and figure out various things about you. And so those are things you need to be aware of. From an email perspective, sometimes you'll get links and things like that. And that's one thing at JEA that we test our employees on is we'll have these fraudulent emails that come through. We need to be able to identify those. And some of the ways, again, that you identify these is, from an unknown sender. Again, the thing you always got to think about is, should I be getting an email or should I be getting a call or a text from this person? Yeah. Sometimes it's an odd email. That's a red flag, right? It's an odd email. It's an odd link. It doesn't look right. And again, should you be getting something like this? For example, if you get an email from Amazon or somebody and about your account being closed and you're thinking, well, I haven't done anything with my account. So those are things that should trigger to stop. You've got to stop and think, because almost every single time they're going to try to get you to react quickly. That's the point, without thinking.
What I find disturbing, Mike, in all this is that there's how skilled, and Jordan talking about this. I mean, you've got accounts at banks or whatever, and then suddenly you get some kind of alert from them, or we need verification, or hey, this card is being used somewhere, and it looks, legit. Feels authentic, yes. And then you back up for a moment and say, well, wait a minute, I've had that card. I don't know any reason somebody would have gotten that. I don't, but sometimes there's still uncertainty. Do I respond or not respond? I decide not to not respond. If it's serious, they'll be back after me, I hope.
Yeah, that's a fair approach, is to not respond to it. And if any doubt, just call the main institution. Because again, a lot of times the scammers will spoof or disguise the number or the email, and sometimes it'll look legitimate. Yeah. If any doubt, don't respond to that. Call the organization. Go to their main website.
And just think about it. Mike has jabbed me a couple times. He sends me something from my supervisor, from Carrie.
Yes,
and I immediately go,
that too.
I better answer that.
Yeah,
and then got you. You got to do 14 more hours of security training.
He's got me too. Yeah.
I'm glad you're there.
Yeah.
Say somebody new in our department. You were talking about this.
Yeah, so we just recently hired a new IT security manager. So we continue to build out our cybersecurity program at JAA to keep us ahead of things, to try to stay ahead of the criminals.
Yeah. Glad you're there.
Yes.
And appreciate your work, Mike. And Mike Bond, Senior Vice President, our Chief Technology Officer here at the Jackson Energy Authority, in a growing division, trying to protect data and keep everybody safe and secure. Well, we're going to the main stage of the magic of video
stage.
recording. That's right. And we welcome to the main stage. This is Scott Myatt.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. Walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. Just can't remember who to send it to. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Seen sunny days when I thought they'd never end. Lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? Gotta help me make a stand. Just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. And I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days when I thought they'd never end. Lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, back turned towards the sun. Lord knows the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. There's hours of time on the telephone line, talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days when I thought they'd never end. Lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around. Thought I'd see you just one more time, Suzanne.
Jackson got electric streetlights in 1887. Electricity expanded with the Suburban Street Railway Company. And in 1897, Suburban switched from horse-drawn cars to electric. The company became the Jackson Railway and Light Company. Streetcars plus electric power for homes. Power for home lights was turned on at 6 p.m. and turned off at 10 p.m. After that, go back to gas or kerosene, but it was another step toward JEA today.
For 9 years, the READ team has helped over 2,200 second graders read better through coaching and friendships. Students have increased their word recognition by as much as 300%. Reading on grade level opens the door for Google searches, driver's licenses, and career opportunities. Invest 1 hour a week to give our second graders every chance to read on grade level. Go to thereadteam.org to sign up. The READ team, changing our community one word at a time, in partnership with JMCSS, Leaders Education Foundation, and United Way of West Tennessee. But you already knew that because you can read.
For the most reliable drinking water supply at the highest quality, reach for the tap. Our tap water is safe and continues to exceed all government requirements. For more information about our drinking water, visit www.jaxenergy.com/JEACCR.
Move over. It's the law. When approaching work vehicles or crews, move over to create a safety zone. It protects utility workers, law enforcement, firefighters, and emergency personnel. It's not an option. Slow down. It could save a life. Stay safe. Move over.
Jennifer Cunningham is with us. She's Vice President of Client Services at the Star Center. A remarkable thing about Jackson, Tennessee is that we have responded to needs down through the years. And in times when children with Down syndrome or with cerebral palsy weren't allowed to go to public schools, we had the Cerebral Palsy Center. We had the Happy Hollow Home that became the Kiwanis Center. Madison Haywood Developmental Services started out of a need to work with children and adults that were suffering mental retardation issues. And the Star Center is another thing consistent with that. It's our child abuse center that originated with efforts here in Jackson, Tennessee. And it's a special, special thing to provide assistive technology at first for the Dumit children that were going blind and were needing additional help that the school system wasn't quite prepared to provide. And they jumped in, this community did. And now here we are these decades later in this magic place.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. We've been around 37 years.
Wow.
We're about to have an anniversary. Just got a message from Margaret yesterday.
Oh, is that right?
We
Okay.
did, from Margaret Dumit.
Okay.
So
Well, it's good, Margaret, good you're still out there and appreciate everything that's been done. So what is the place of assistive technology here? Well, I guess we're talking about many more things than we used to be.
That's right. That's right. So I was in listening to Melinda talk about the blood mobiles, and they do still use those. So when I first started at Star Center about 24 years ago, we actually had a bus that we carried around West Tennessee that had computer workstations, because at that time, computers were huge. The monitors themselves probably weighed 40 or 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And so who would have thought this much time later, we've all got a computer in our pocket.
Right.
Essentially, that we can do and go. And when we realized we were carrying items in our purse or in our suitcase, and we didn't need a big bus anymore. So assistive technology is really anything that can make life easier for somebody who's maybe had life challenges. Maybe they've had an illness or an accident or an injury that has, interfered with the way they work or the way they go to school or the way they have fun, whatever.
Well, I know in the early days, it was a lot of it was to show teachers the things that were available to them through assistive
Absolutely.
technology
And
to help
so I
students.
tell people often, so Star Center used to stand for something. Now we're just the Star Center, but the R was always a resource. And I tell people that come and meet us all the time that the R is for a resource. So if you're not sure where to go, you can call us, and hopefully somebody will know what to do with that. So we do still work with school children. The assistive technology program is actually across the state of Tennessee. We are primarily working with vocational rehabilitation. So that's for individuals going to college or technical school or to work who might have had some sort of an illness or injury along the way, and vocational rehabilitation supports them in that. So, but we also see school-age kids.
So people of all ages now.
All ages. So a lot of people think we just see kids, but we don't. We several of our programs are literally birth to end of life.
So if someone is needing help, how do they go about getting it?
Yes, so just the first thing is probably to give us a call, and then we can talk to them. We have a grant called the Tennessee Technology Access Program Grant, and so with that we do lots of information giving. We do loans and demonstrations. If we have used equipment, we can give it out to people free of charge through that grant, and so certainly, we try to get it into the hands of the people who need it.
So what is different now? What do we need to know about things that may be available now that were not in the past, or how technology has continued to adapt?
Right. So there are lots of things that are built into our computers and our telephones that people don't know about. I work with lots of folks with vision loss. And there are actually accessibility features in your computer and your smartphone that can help you continue to use those things functionally, even if you lose your eyesight or lose some hearing or lose some motor abilities. So you can actually control your whole phone with your voice if you want to.
So there are many more things available now than
Absolutely. And a lot of them are just right there, like I said, in our pocket.
Okay. Are you still doing the therapy programs at all, music therapy and other things?
We do. I think some of those are coming later this month to some of your shows, but we have music therapy. We do augmentative communication services for kids or adults who have lost the ability to talk, which is real important. We also have orientation and mobility skills, teaching people to use long white canes. You might have seen that a couple of months ago. We did a White Cane Awareness Day where we spent some time downtown. And with that, we also have our Beyond Vision peer group that's coming up on March the 14th. The statewide director for National Federation for the Blind will be with us at 10:30 that morning there at Star, and talking about things with those folks from this area.
So once again, the best way to find out about the STAR Center, you go, what's the webpage?
It is star-center.org.
Okay, because you might want to contribute to this work. It's amazing work. And then the other best way to contact you?
Yes, is just by phone, 731-668-3888. We'll get you in touch with one of us.
All right.
Great.
Amazing program. Jennifer, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Glad you're there and glad that organization there has made a tremendous difference in lives here in West Tennessee. We're going back to the main stage. Once again, we welcome Scott Myatt.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. Though there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Or a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile if you just light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Yeah, your life is still worthwhile, so you just smile.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. Dr. Frank McMean is with us. He is president of the Community Foundation of West Tennessee. We're joined by Marta Wallace, who's part of our city council. They're both part of our city council, but she is Jackson's Woman of the Year. So proclaimed and announced by the Jackson Rotary Club, the 72nd Woman of the Year in our city. Started in 1952. So congratulations. We're talking just a moment about the foundation. Charles Jackson was your predecessor, and the one at the origin was?
Bob Espy.
Bob Espy, okay. Wanted to note that shout out. The great leadership of this foundation, and it's done extremely well. How large now, Frank?
A little over 60 million in assets.
Okay. Well, scratch start. Joe Hamilton Hart Fund was one of the first ones I remember.
One of the first ones.
Yeah, and the $1 Million Hole in One shootout, played golf all weekend. I we didn't play golf, just took shots at the green out there.
A lot of volunteer hours in that.
Les Jacobs Golf Course, it's come a long way. Well, Marta Wallace, our 72nd Woman of the Year. How does that feel?
Pretty unbelievable.
Okay, hold that microphone close.
Pretty unbelievable and still shocking and very humbling and about to make me feel 72. Certainly.
Well, you know.
Good.
Well, I'm old enough to have remembered the first Woman of the Year, but we're not going to get into that. You know,
Okay.
going back that far. The great thing about that is there's no warning.
No, there's not. And
there's a lot of lying.
Okay, yeah.
To get the person there.
You got to get them there, and somebody's got to be the decoy and say, well, you know, we're going to honor somebody else and all that stuff.
Yeah, and there's a ceremony.
I was ready to honor that other person. I really was.
Who had you been told it was?
Well, I don't know if
Sheriff Freeman.
Yeah, and I
Sheriff
wrote a letter for her, was all excited.
Did you still give it to her?
No, it's in my book.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's in my book
That's
because she
great.
is very deserving, and I wanted to make sure I had all my facts, and I helped with the symphony, so
yeah,
I was really their children's program. I'm gonna end up putting a plug for them, but their children's program is so wonderful, and when that started, I was like, oh, that's really something that even corporations can get behind, helping children and
well, we got this
minister
special
in that way.
sensory concert coming up with children this week, and the symphony's going to be performing Saturday night at the Ned, so it's a big week for the symphony this week. All right. So you had no idea, and you thought it was Sherry Freeman. You get there, and
I get
so
there.
at what point did you realize?
Wait, let me share this.
Okay.
Here we are in charge of it, and so we're trying to get the program started. And what's Marta doing? She's going to every table. And so it's like Scott Conger. It's like, Scott, can you get Marta to sit down?
Oh, that would be the wrong person. Just tell me to sit down.
And so we get her to sit down, and then next thing you know, she's back up talking to people
again.
It was like 3 of those efforts to get you to sit down.
I never knew they were starting. I thought it started at noon.
Well, if you're talking to everybody, you don't realize it. You know what I mean?
No, I thought it started at noon, so I do what my favorite thing is hey,
Work the
everybody, how
crowd.
are you doing?
Right.
How are
Work
you
the
doing?
crowd. Yeah. That's right.
And I don't consider it, and that was something I said that day was my father always said, if you are going to speak, you speak to everyone. And so that's just my
She
heart.
took that to heart, yes, because
Okay.
everybody there.
There's going to speak
The
to
program needed to wait so that she could fulfill.
I didn't know
And so-
everybody was still kind of up and going. So I thought, well, hey, they're still doing stuff. I can still.
Frank, what's
sing
involved in
along.
the process to select the Woman of the Year? How
Well,
does that happen?
We start about a month ahead, maybe a month and a half, and we send out just notifications that if you have someone that's worthy of this title, there's a form to fill out, and they send it back in. Then we collect all of those. We have a committee, and the committee makes a selection, and then we start lying to get this person here.
Get this person here.
And,
all of stuff, and you got subterfuge and everything else.
Yes,
So there you go. Well, of course, both these people are now on our city council, so we can't have them here without asking, why did y'all decide to do that in your life?
Well, mine was, I saw a need in basically our infrastructure and our stormwater. And that was something that I really saw that thought we were going to have a problem with, and I just saw an area where I might could help. And I had some neighbors say, hey, you know, you're really passionate about this.
Okay, so you need to run for city council.
Why don't you do it? And you don't know what all you're getting into, but I have really loved it, and I'm very passionate about it.
Okay.
And I hope we're both doing a good job because.
So Frank, with you have plenty of things going on in your life.
Well, I've been president off and on of our neighborhood association for 30 years, and I'd have to almost every time pull my council person aside and go, we need help. And it was, I got tired of trying to educate a council person that they need to take care of their neighborhood. And so it's like, shoot, I'm just going to run. I was just frustrated.
Okay, and there it is. And here we are.
Here we are.
Okay, great. Well, congratulations to both of you.
Well, thank you.
Great life here in Jackson. Jackson, Tennessee is a wonderful place to be. We don't want to be anywhere else.
Exactly.
And we're here because we want to be, and it's great. All right.
That's right.
Marta Wallace, our Woman of the Year in Jackson, Tennessee, and Dr. Frank McMean, head of the West Tennessee, the Community Foundation of West Tennessee. It's good to see you both.
Good to see you.
Appreciate the
Thank
time
you.
very much.
Thank you.
We got some other things we're going to talk about, including the West Tennessee Veterans Coalition that's coming up as we continue this Six in the City.
It stands out in the landscape. It's the newest and largest water tank in the JEA system. Located northeast of McKellar-Sipes Airport, it holds 2.5 million gallons of water. Construction costs just shy of $4 million, but it will supply water and the water pressure necessary to sustain fire hydrants in an expanding industrial and commercial area of Jackson. Meeting needs and building for the future, all a part of JEA today.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Larry Newsom is with us, and he is vice chair of the West Tennessee Veterans Coalition. Always good to see
Well,
Larry.
it's great to be here, Steve.
It sure is. Always good to have you with us. Now, we've got a special event coming up the 29th of this month, so we're getting in some early notice here, getting ready to go with a gumbo and chili sale.
27th.
27th. All right.
27th.
So it's on the 27th. All right. So what day is that? Saturday? Is that a Saturday?
It's on Thursday.
Thursday. Okay.
Thursday.
And we'll be doing it downtown at the farmer's market. So if you don't buy it in advance, you can swing by during your lunch break and pick up a quart of whatever you'd like to take home with you.
So it'll start at what time?
11:30.
11:30 on that,
To
on
1
that
o'clock.
Thursday, the 27th.
Right.
If somebody wants to buy it in advance, how do they do that?
Okay, there's two ways.
Two ways.
One, you can go on Eventbrite
Okay.
and look up West Tennessee Veterans Coalition sale, the chili and gumbo sale. Or you can go on the website, and when you open it up, you'll see the first tab says About. The second tab says Discussion.
Okay.
So if you click on Discussion, it'll take you to a spot where you can order a ticket, can order it right there online.
Okay. And I saw the Eventbrite on your Facebook event. That's on your newsfeed, so they can see it there too. So it'll take them to the same spot.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's $15, but we'd like for you to pay the administrative fee that's associated with it.
Okay.
And so that'll make it $17.85.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a great cause.
All right.
What
Now,
we're raising money for this time
Yeah, okay. You were showing this.
is this coin.
Okay.
These coins are given to the families at the cemeteries on the day that they are interred. And I have watched this coin being given to somebody, and it will bring tears to your eyes. This is a tangible way that we can say, you can remember your veteran forever with this coin. And so that's what we're raising the money.
Who makes that presentation, Larry?
The color guard
Okay.
that does the ceremony.
Ceremonies, okay, so they have them, so we're buying those, so they'll have them with
And
any funeral
these
they
are
are.
distributed throughout the state, from Memphis all the way to Knoxville. Those state cemeteries have their own customized coin. Like this one says Parker's Crossroads.
okay.
The ones over there will say Memphis or East Tennessee or whatever, or Middle Tennessee.
Okay.
I think it's a very worthwhile cause.
Yes.
All right, so that's coming up, that's the chili and gumbo sale. It's going to be the West Tennessee Farmers Market starting at 11:30 on March the 27th, which is a Thursday. And you can order through Eventbrite?
Eventbrite, or you can do it on Facebook.
On
Yes.
Facebook, okay.
Do you recommend people order ahead of time?
I do.
Do
That
you
way you
expect
know,
to sell out?
You know you will get what you're ordering.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect. And Cajun Cookers is,
They came up with the idea.
Okay.
We used them for the Boston butt sale, but they said, hey, during the cooler months, why don't we do gumbo and chili? So we
Okay.
said,
Yeah, and
sounds like a
it's
good idea to us.
kind of, coinciding with Mardi Gras and Louisiana.
Perfect timing.
So,
Yeah,
there it is.
perfect. Isn't today Fat Tuesday?
It is
Yeah,
indeed.
there you go.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, the guy that is running this event, that's where he is today.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's from New Orleans. We had him go test the gumbo, and he
Yeah,
said
we
he
kinda
said it
toned
was
down.
good. He said it
Inspiration.
was good.
There
We
you go.
we kind of toned down this year because the show will also be shown on Ash Wednesday and the rest of the week when we're in Lent.
Yes.
So we're, now you got some other events coming up,
Yeah,
right?
we do. We've got the Armed Forces Day bingo run. This is similar to a poker run.
Okay.
Where you go visit different locations.
For motorcyclists, is that what?
Well, anybody.
Okay.
Your Jeep, your van, whatever, if anybody
right.
wants to participate.
Okay.
And you go and get your number or letter every place.
When's that coming up?
That's coming up on Armed Forces Day, which is May 17th.
May 17th.
And the interesting part of that this year, it's going to be kind of a recruiting effort for the National Guard. So we're going to National Guard locations.
Okay.
And they're going to tell us something about what they do there. So it'll be very interesting.
So that's coming up in May.
In
So
May.
Get that, just follow the website and the Facebook page.
Absolutely.
It's always good to see you.
Same here.
Appreciate it very, very much. Larry Newsom with the West Tennessee Veterans Coalition. We're going back to the main stage, and we welcome Scott Myatt.
The secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. Any fool can do it. There ain't nothing to it. Nobody knows how we got to the top of this hill. Since we're on our way down, might as well enjoy the ride. The secret of love is in opening up your heart. It's okay to feel afraid. Just don't let that stand in your way. 'Cause anyone knows that love is the only road. Since we're only here for a while, might as well show some style. Give us a smile, isn't it a lovely ride? See me sliding down, I'll be gliding down. Try not to try too hard, it's just a lovely ride. The thing about time isn't really real. It's all on your point of view. How does it feel for you in there? Mr. Einstein said that he could never understand it all. Planets spinning through space, smile upon your face. Welcome to the human race. Isn't it a lovely ride? See me sliding down, I'll be gliding down. Try not to try too hard, it's just a lovely ride. Isn't this a lovely ride? See me sliding down, gliding down. Try not to try too hard, it's just a lovely ride. Now the secret of life is enjoying your passage of time.
A water system includes everything from wells to water storage to water lines to treatment, with constant lab testing to ensure water safety. Every 2 years, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation performs an unannounced on-site audit and evaluation of every facet of a water system. Perfect score, $5.99. In 2024, JEA, for the 4th consecutive inspection, received a $5.99. 8 years of perfect water system scores. That's JEA today. Extreme cold weather. Avoid frozen pipes. Wrap and protect exposed pipes, and cabinets that back up to external walls will keep those cabinet doors open. Maintain a water drip to keep water moving. Disconnect hoses from external faucets and wrap or insulate those external faucets. If you got crawl space, close the vents. And make sure pets have a warm, safe place. Getting through weather extremes together is all a part of JEA today. Jackson got electric streetlights in 1887. Electricity expanded with the Suburban Street Railway Company. And in 1897, Suburban switched from horse-drawn cars to electric. The company became the Jackson Railway and Light Company. Streetcars plus electric power for homes. Power for home lights was turned on at 6 p.m. and turned off at 10 p.m. After that, go back to gas or kerosene, but it was another step toward JEA today.
Dr. Carol Rothstein is with us. She is the president of Jackson State Community College, one of the important higher education organizations we've got in this city with a great, great history. Good to have you with us. We continue to be excited about you being in Jackson, Tennessee. You've been with us how long now?
Almost a year and a half now.
Almost a year and a half now, and has done a great job, got things running and going. Got past all that COVID pandemic stuff, and now enrollment's back up. We're back on campus.
That's right, yeah. Actually, in the fall, we had the highest enrollment across any institution in the state, the highest enrollment increase across any institution in the state. And for the spring semester, we are number 2 in the community colleges by just a point something percent. So, yeah.
People are linking back up with Jackson State Community College.
That's right.
What's causing that?
Well, I think it's a lot of different things. One, a lot of students are now ready to go back to school. They had some, experiences with virtual and different things, but now they're ready to go back to school and get their education. But a lot of the changes that we've made on campus, building our relationships in the community, building relationships on the campus with the students, investing in the campus as well, and really highlighting all the excellent programs that we have, and highlighting the way that they can have a really very low tuition rate, sometimes even free, to go to the community college.
Okay, wow, which is exciting. What new areas are we seeing open up out there that people, of course, your nursing program's been there for a long time.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of healthcare programs. We have physical therapy assisting. We have respiratory therapy assisting. We have radiology technology. We have health sciences, which includes your medical coding and your medical assisting. And we're doing things now outside of even our credit programs that are working with our community partners like West Tennessee Healthcare to do workforce training for them as well, like in medical assisting for their current employees and things like that as well.
And you got a new addition right on this campus are coming up now with as far as technology with industry and everything else.
Yes, with our new regional workforce training center, yes. So we are waiting for the shovels to go in the ground sometime within hopefully another month or two. We'll start seeing some shovels in the ground on that building.
Will change things as far as industrial training in West Tennessee.
Absolutely.
doing
That has some flexible training spaces where our community industry partners can come in and bring some equipment in, and we can do training for them, for their current employees, for employees that they'd like to recruit, but also expand our current engineering, science, technology program as well.
If I understand it right, this building's being built so that they can move its equipment in and move it out. So
Yeah,
you're not locked in.
absolutely.
Once you get something built a while around, you got to stay.
Yes, it's flexible so that we can adapt with the changes of industry.
I mean, you'll have courses in there as well.
Yes, so we'll have some of our general education courses in there, but also expanding our technical education programs as well.
Okay.
You've also made a real effort. We've met the athletic director. I've had him on for dialogue here. You've made a real effort to get people back into campus activities.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is a challenge with commuter schools.
It is. And so bringing Dr. Kevin Lynham on has really helped our athletic programs in general. He's very committed to the community and committed to getting athletes out in the community and helping support the students as well, and making sure that their GPAs are high. And so we've had some of the highest GPAs of our student athletes than we've ever had under his leadership as well. And so again, we're also expanding our athletic programs. And so we're adding volleyball. We're recruiting right now for a volleyball team, and as well as a cross-country and half marathon team too.
Right, so it's really exciting.
You'll have many other campus events outside of just athletics, though.
Absolutely. So, one of the fundraisers for athletics is an Easter egg drop on April 19th. So the community is invited to come to our campus, and we're going to drop eggs out of the sky, and all the kids can run and try to collect their eggs as well.
So how do you raise money with that?
So we have sponsorships. So we've had different sponsorships, like City Lumber have come in and invested in sponsoring those events, and we have a couple other sponsors as well to really just help support the community and help support our athletes.
What is the date for that?
April 19th. I believe it starts at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock on April the 19th. If people want to know more about Jackson State Community College, the best way is to?
Well, I would say two ways. One, you could go to jscc.edu or just come to campus, because you will be amazed at how friendly and how warm and welcoming everyone is on campus. And so come to campus and talk to one of our recruiters, go to our administration or our student services center, and get to know the people there as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So real treasures change lives in Jackson, all over West Tennessee.
Yes, we serve 10 counties in West Tennessee. So.
Jackson State Community College. Doctor, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
She's made a tremendous difference here. We appreciate her being here. Dr. Carol Rothstein. She is the president of Jackson State Community College. Stay where you are. We got more on the way as we continue this Six in the City.
Hi, I'm here to ask the people of Jackson to be a part of a groundbreaking program, 4 Minute City.
Every minute you don't get help after a sudden cardiac arrest, your chance of survival decreases by 10%.
That's why Friends of Heart and the Jackson Fire Department have created a care team.
A group of everyday citizens trained, equipped, and ready to save lives in our community.
Please call this number or visit our website.
Together, we can save lives.
Every 3 years, the American Public Power Association recognizes public power companies that demonstrate proficiency in reliability, workforce development, safety, and system improvement. The recognition, RP3. The highest level RP3 is the Diamond RP3. In 2023, JEA's Electric Division received the Diamond RP3 award for the 8th consecutive time. This never happened before, but it's JEA today. Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to EPlus Broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. EPlus Broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
Thanks to all of our guests for being with us. Always a great cross-section of what's happening in this community, lives that are being touched and changed, a lot of things. This event is coming up. It's called the Family Summit. It's going to be at Lane College this Saturday, the 8th, and they will talk about gang awareness, parenting education, financial literacy, cross-section for families. Councilman Johnny Dodd helped me put that together, so you can check with him. And that's coming up Saturday. We're excited about EPlus TV6. We've got the Blue Cross Blue Shield Basketball Championship games coming up for Division II this coming Saturday, starting at 11. And the Miss Teen Volunteer, this is the National Teen Volunteer Pageant. Miss Teen Volunteer USA is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, starting at 6:55 on EPlus TV6 and EPlus TV6.com. And we have received word also that we'll have some Cardinal baseball games on 3:30 Saturday at what now? 3:30. Okay, 3:30 till 6:30 Saturday. And then Cardinal games are going to be broadcast. We got some Cardinal games coming up this year on TV6.
Yes.
Not just Reds game. Yeah.
Yes, we're excited
And then
about
coming
that.
up next week, our Snake Man is going to be here.
We finally have our Snake Man coming on.
Are you
so-
sure?
Yep.
I mean, not that I'm...
He's going to let Steve handle the snake while
No, Steve
we
may
are-
be gone next week.
So
No, we got him confirmed.
Real-Foot Lake Snake Guy is coming, so we're excited about that. And also the Star Center will be back on to talk about their music therapy program that you were
Okay.
asking about. So we'll get to hear more about that, as well as hear from the American Red Cross. Union University is having Chitty Chitty Bang Bang cast.
All right. So
Yeah.
we've got some real life singing coming up here. Is that what we got?
That's right.
Look over at our producer here.
And then we'll hear
Andrew.
from Rap on their Denim and Pearls event, as well as our musical guest, Reese Horton. So
Okay,
we're excited
all right,
to have
wow.
all of these great guests on with us.
Yeah,
next
Andrew
week.
Maxwell's got it all lined up and ready to go this coming week. So we're
right.
excited
Yes.
about that.
Yes.
And once again, the Blue Cross Blue Shield Basketball Championships. And we'll have Division II this weekend. Then we have Division I coming up later in the month, right? The 15th. Next 2 weeks, 3 Saturdays. So we got coming up this weekend, and then on the 15th, and then on the 22nd. All right.
Yes,
So
and then the Miss Teen Volunteer USA, which is being held at the Civic Center. So
Right.
they are
Live and ready.
decking the halls right now,
Right now,
with
ready to go.
beautiful, girly things. and
Well,
lots
thanks
of
for being with us. Good to see you, Jordan.
Yes, glad
And-
that you're with us.
Yeah, glad to be here, and we're going to turn it over to Scott Myatt. We'll say, see you next week for more Six in the City.
He was born in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. He left yesterday behind him, you might say he was born again. You might say he found a key for every door. When he first came to the mountain, his life was far away, on the road, hanging by a song. But the string's already broken and he doesn't really care. Keeps changing fast, but it won't last for long. And the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, seen that rain and fire in the sky. Shadow of a starlight is softer than a lullaby. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. He climbed Cathedral Mountain, he saw silver clouds below. He saw everything as far as you can see. And they'd say that he got crazy once and he tried to touch the sun. And he lost a friend but kept the memory. Now he walks in quiet solitude, the forest and the streams, seeking grace with every step he takes. Decided to turn inside himself to try and understand the serenity of a clear blue mountain lake. And the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, seen that rain and fire in the sky. Talk to God and listen to a casual reply. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Now his life is full of wonder, but his heart still knows some fear of the simple thing he cannot comprehend. Why they try to tear the mountains down and bring in a couple more people, more scars upon the land. And the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, seen it rain and fire in the sky. Know he'd be a poor man if he never saw an eagle fly. Rocky Mountain